What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the VAR You Serious podcast. It's been a little bit. I'm Dylan. This is Mike. Dad, how are we feeling today?
I'd be lying if I said good after that Arsenal game, but let's power through here.
I feel slightly rejuvenated because of our impromptu break on the pod, but we're back. Like you said, kind of rough timing, but we got to talk about it at some point, right, Dad? And that's how we're going to start the episode today, everyone. We are going to talk about Manchester City's clinical performance over a lackluster Arsenal and a non-clinical Arsenal side this past weekend. And really, that was the name of the game. It was who finished their chances, and Manchester City did that. And Dad, what were your overall thoughts on how the game played out?
City are definitely the better team, and they have been for a few months, no doubt about that. I thought Arsenal came out more aggressive and more confident than the Carabao Cup final, which was good to see. But City's quality, it felt like 2 or 3 seasons ago. It just felt like we were fighting and just couldn't do it. All props to Manchester City. Well played. Their 2 goals were super a high level quality. While we had some good shots, let's face it, ultimately it was only a Donnarumma error that allowed Havertz to score. So I guess the good
Which
news is
good pressure. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing. We definitely missed our chances. I mean, Havertz had that good deflection goal from the pressure, but you got to say he missed two crucial chances in the game to equalize. One on that breakaway from the pass from Odegaard, and then obviously the header right at the end, not even getting it on target. I mean, I thought this was the problem Arsenal was supposed to fix this year. The guy who comes in and finishes those chances.
well, but that guy was on the bench most of the game in
Well, and
Gyökeres.
Dad, do you think that was controversial not to start?
I don't know if it's controversial. I mean, Havertz does some really good things for Arsenal, and he did have those chances. I mean, that header towards the end of the game, it went just over the bar. So I don't think it was a mistake, but we spent all that money on Havertz and we didn't spend any money in January. In the meantime, City picks up Semenyo and Gehi. Gehi played a great game yesterday. Definitely make the difference. But, it's those moments of quality. We talked about that when we were at the Messi game this weekend between the Rapids and Inter Miami, right? I mean, that third goal, second for Messi in the day, was so clinical and so perfect by Messi. And Shirky, I didn't realize just how good he was. I hadn't really watched a whole game. That dude is legit. And of course, Holland and Gabrielle were playing WWE out there the whole night. And Holland won the battle of the counter the most, and he got that ball in.
Well, and it got Gabriel off of his game, clearly. I mean, Gabriel looked a little bit of a shell of himself, probably should have been sent off for his headbutt on Holland later in the game. But yeah, Dad, I mean, to your point, Shirky is exactly what Arsenal's lacking right now. I mean, you could say it's Eze, and we could talk about Eze being brought off for some reason when he was our most impactful player at the end. Shirky was driving, being creative, making things happen. And when they needed him most, he shows up and dices up Gabriel and scores the first goal. I mean, like you said, it's those simple little moments that they won. They won the moments as they hit the post. Havertz missed two chances. I mean, you can't miss those in this type of a game. And Arsenal, unfortunately, has done that for 4 years now.
Yeah. I mean, the league is not over yet. I know that Man City are more in the driver's seat, but, City has our number. That we talked about it ages ago. Whoever won that Carabao Cup final was going to have the mental edge, and City clearly have the mental edge. So, we've got 5 matches left. They've got 6 matches left. I think they have a harder schedule, but they're a really damn good team right now. They could just smoke the rest of the season and win it all.
Which is what they've done in the past. And, I do want to shout out the guy who said they smell blood in the water after the Carabao Cup final, Nico O'Reilly. I
Yeah.
mean, he is unbelievable at left back for him. I have never seen a guy play left back like he plays it. And he's almost a mix of Calafiori and Lewis Skelly and all that inverting traits that they have, but also getting up the field and almost playing as a striker at times. And because his natural position apparently is attacking mid, but he just plays that position so well. Locked up Madueke, locked up Martinelli, no problems. And then on their second goal, it was Nico O'Reilly getting that ball in, making the run, charging up the field, and getting that ball up to get it crossed into Holland. I mean, he really was the difference, in my opinion, on the day. He shut down our attack completely.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I would love to have seen Calafiore out there, although Hincapié played pretty well. Definitely would want to see Timber on Doku. I think Mosquera struggled out there. Saka
Yeah.
hasn't had a great season, but I think, it would have been nice to have him. I mean, we're just kind of in a bit of, we're not in a shambles right now, right? We're still in the Champions League semifinals, but they don't have that world beater confidence they had in the fall. It's just gone.
I think we're drained, and you can see it, which is unfortunate because you thought the team had finally gotten over that, but they clearly haven't. And that's why I wanted to bring up Gyökeres not starting. I know Havertz, is an instrumental player for us and did do good things in the game. I'm not saying he didn't, but Gyökeres has a hot hand right now. I know we lost the game, but he scored in the Bournemouth game, even though it was a penalty. He's been scoring since the international break. He's our most informed player, and to leave him on the bench till the 70 something minute, I just don't get it. And then also Eze getting taken off when he's arguably been the most, I guess, critical player in the last 5 minutes of the game with that shot. That also seems weird when Odegaard has barely played any football in the last, 4 months, but we kept him on. Also, he played well, but I'm just saying, like, some of the decisions maybe didn't make sense, but I think it's still more on the players than Arteta.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's on the players first and foremost. I mean, I don't think Arteta cost Arsenal the game. I just don't. You can try to analyze that and this and that and whatever. I think City are just a better team. And I hate saying that, but I'm going to give, credit where credit is due. I think they're just the better team right now. And that's it.
Well, and Dad, one point I wanted to make real quick. I think their leaders are just better than our leaders. I mean, you look at a guy like Bernardo Silva who's leaving after all those years with them after this season. And I mean, he was instrumental in the game. I mean, I said Nico O'Reilly was maybe the player of the match, maybe Bernardo Silva. I mean, from locking it down on the defensive end to bringing the ball forward, making things happen on the offensive end, he is critical to that team. And you can tell the leadership and experience in him and guys like Rodri as well. I mean, their midfield dominated us. And I hate to say it, but guys like Rice and Zubamendi went missing on that match.
Yeah, they played fine. But fine isn't going to cut it against a team like City. And honestly, fine didn't cut it against Bournemouth, who aren't they the hottest team in the Premier League right now, or one of the most
Yeah, I
one of the
think
hot?
13 games unbeaten right now.
So it's not like we're losing to poor teams, right?
No.
There's no shame in losing to City at the Etihad. There's no shame in losing to Bournemouth. But if you want to win trophies, you can't lose. I mean, that's the truth. And
Well,
so
you have to be
Arsenal,
better than those teams regardless, right?
regardless. And the fact is, there is literally no more room for error now. That Arsenal have to win out, like have
Yeah.
to, because City, we've got to let them slip up. That's the only way. Like we've got 5 matches left, got to win all 5. No draws, no, you got to win them all. Hope that Everton or Villa or, I can't remember who the third one is, the tough. But one of them draws City and steals some points. Like that's it. No more excuses. Win the Champions League, win out there. What is it? 2 more games for the semifinal and then 1 for the Champions League final. So they have to win 8 more games. 8-0 the rest of the way. No excuses.
And that should be Arteta's main point the rest of the year. You can't lose. I don't care if it puts pressure on the players anymore. I hate people saying that. Oh, don't put more pressure on them than no, they need the pressure. Like, do you wanna win or do you not wanna win? I don't You should be leaving it out on the field every game, like life or death at this point. That's how badly these guys wanna win it. That's what they need to be doing. Going into tackles hard, finishing correctly, not making silly mistakes, placing the ball where you need to place it. It's those little things they're going to need to do. And I know Arsenal can do it. We remember a couple years ago going on that 19 game unbeaten run, still lost the title to City because of how good City were that year. But Arsenal can do it. They have the ability to do it, have done it this year too. So let's hope we see it. I still think Arsenal can win the title, Dad. What are you thinking at this point?
I think they can. I just don't know if I'd be betting money on it right now, or I might bet a small amount. I do think that City are they're not unbeatable, and they're playing some tough teams, and we don't need them to lose. We just need them to draw once or twice. I mean, if Arsenal win out, all we need is for City to draw one time. Titles belongs to Arsenal. That's it. We don't even need any team to beat them. Just take points off of them. That's it. And I think that's possible. I say Arsenal's got about a 40 to 45% chance of winning the title.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hold my confidence in them. I still think they're gonna do it because Manchester City's had shaky points all season as well. So I think Arsenal's still gonna do it. I think this is finally when City break down, and that's what I'm gonna hope at least. So we shall see what happens there, Dad. But now we are on to underdogs of the week this week, teams that actually showed up and performed. And Dad, I don't know if you want to get started with this one, but you have a great one to start off with.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get it started. Back here in the States, the Open Cup, allows USL Championship and USL 1 teams and a whole bunch of different levels to face off against MLS teams. And man, did these lower level USL teams show up and deliver against MLS? And going to be a little bit of a homer here. Your former employer, Colorado Springs Switchbacks, not only did they beat Kansas City Sporting KC, but 3-0, they kind of embarrassed them, which is very impressive. There were a couple other big victories. And honestly, this is now more than ever the best excuse or whatever to have promotion and relegation. These USL teams can compete, maybe not during the course of the entire season, but can we just see it? Can we find out after doing it for real? I say we have to have promotion relegation in the United States.
It has to be coming at this point. If USL does it, if MLS does it, someone needs to make it happen because, to your point, Dad, there's no jeopardy for these teams that are terrible in MLS right now. And you can see it because Sporting KC have been terrible in the league this year. And they deserve to get whooped up on by the Switchbacks. And good for the Switchbacks making something happen. And Dad, we saw it, like you said, at the Open Cup this past week, and that's mine with not FC Knoxville, but Knoxville beating DC United as well, 6-5 on penalties at DC United. At
Yeah.
DC United. Like, that's impressive as hell. And not only that, Dad, I just wanted to mention this. They came back 3 times during that game. DC
Yep.
United went up 1-0, then 1-1, then 2-1, then 2-2, then 3-2, then 3-3, and then they went to penalties. But it shows the fight, Dad. It shows these teams have it. And I mean, Dad, don't you think, Knoxville deserves a chance to be in the USL Championship because they're in USL League One right now?
Absolutely. Hasn't the USL already voted for promotion relegation, or is that not official yet?
They want to bring it in. They made an announcement about it once the new league, the new top division comes in that they're making. But it's, you know, how can they accelerate that quicker? How can they make that happen? Because that's going to give them such an edge and a storyline to grasp onto for the rest of the world, don't you think?
Absolutely. I mean, they should put it into effect next season. Like, why wait?
Yeah.
And I mean, I know there's business behind it and there's a lot of moving parts, and I don't want to pretend to understand all of it. What I do understand is the need for promotion relegation. And I think these teams in the USL, different levels, can compete. And I think, like you said, some of these MLS teams, they're not competing hard enough. make them pay the ultimate price and drop down and earn their way back up. It is time. It is past time. Promotion and relegation must be here as soon as possible.
Yeah. And Dad, I think the USL could fail quicker if they don't implement quick enough. This is not a case of trying to be slow and methodical like MLS. This is them needing to act quickly to be the innovator, not the stability portion. MLS is going to have that forever over them. But can USL bring something different right now and make it happen? That's what they need to do. And they should be pitching every venture capital group in the world to bring investment over for that. I don't see why it's not already going, but let's hope for the best. Let's hope it is maybe next year, maybe the year after. We'll probably have to wait longer than that, I'd assume.
Probably.
But anyways, congrats to those USL teams, especially our switchbacks. They'll be playing the Rapids up here in Denver. So, Dad, we might have to go to the game.
Next Wednesday night at good old Dick's Sporting Goods Park.
Yes, yes, the most unfortunate stadium name in sports. Anyways, Dad, I have a surprise segment for you. Surprise segment. Something that I thought, could kind of be fun here. It'll test a little bit of your football soccer knowledge. This is called Older or Newer Than Dylan. So I'm going to ask you some quick fire questions, and you
All right.
essentially have to say if it happened before me or after me, right? So older than or newer than.
Well, so we're talking before 2002 or after 2002. Gotcha.
Yes, and I don't think there's any on the line here. It technically after February 2002. So like
Jesus.
it's it won't
All right,
come that close. But
bring it. Let's
let's
see what
get
I can
into
do
it.
here.
All right, I'm going to go quick. Ready for it?
Sure.
All right. Arsenal's invincible season. Older.
It was what, 2004? It's newer. It's after you were born.
Correct. Manchester United winning the treble.
That's got to be before.
Yep, correct. 99.
Okay. God, that feels like it's really close to your birth year. I'm gonna go the same year.
I'll give it to you, but it was 2001, so it was a year before. So
Okay.
we'll give you older for that one.
All right. All right.
Lionel Messi making his Barcelona debut.
Well, let's see. He's 38 and you're 24. 14? Did he make his debut when he was 14? I'm gonna say newer, after your birthday.
2004, correct.
Okay.
Greece winning the Euros.
Ooh, I remember that, but the year, was that 2004?
Correct. You got it right again. Wayne Rooney scoring his famous debut goal versus Arsenal.
When he was with Everton. But
Mhm.
that feels like that's older than you, before older.
That is newer by about 6 months.
I thought that would have been like late 90s even. Wow, okay.
And then we'll go last one here. Porto winning the Champions League under Mourinho.
I don't really remember that well. I mean, I know that he did that, but I'm gonna say newer. I'm gonna say after you were born.
Correct. Correct, Dad. That was fantastic. Great
I
job.
think
I
I
think
got
you
most of those. I think I
I
got
think you
most.
maybe got one wrong. Like,
Not
that
bad.
was really good.
That was a fun surprise. Good idea. Good idea.
We'll tally them up after and see how well you did, but that was older or newer than myself, and if anyone's wondering, was born in 2002, you can do the math from there.
Yeah.
Anyways, we
All
are
right,
on to the VAR
we gotta talk about someone's junk here.
Yes, the VAR you serious moment of the week does include someone's junk, Dad. Um, this past week in a Brazilian league match, we had a Corinthians player get up after a harsh tackle from the Palmeiras player, and you know was trying to give it to the guy a little bit, but the way he did that was by grabbing his private area, and kind of mouthing off to the guy, which I don't really know if that intimidates anyone or if it just weirds them out. Anyways, VAR reviewed it and gave him a red card. What do you think about this, Dad?
I can't say I'm totally surprised. Back, when I used to play outdoor until I was about 42, we played some different teams from South America. And, I don't want to generalize or stereotype, but that sort of machismo type, very, manly kind of behavior and showing who's bigger this, bigger that, whatever, like that. That's a thing with at least, my experience with players from that part of the world. I mean, I'm sure Americans do stupid things too, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I
If
mean,
not more.
yeah, well, right. But I mean, absolutely, it's a red card. Like, dude, what are you doing? I mean, I guess better to grab your own junk than another guy's junk. I mean, absolute red card. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Dad, I just don't really know. Like, there's so many other options in that situation that I think make you, like more intense, or you give him a little shove, and that doesn't get you a red card. But grabbing your sack in front of him, I just don't really see where that's intimidating anyone, especially on the football pitch. So I gotta agree with you. I think it's just a red for being an idiot. Like if anything, it's like, dude, no one wants to see that get off.
Right. I mean, I think it's rather than intimidation, I think it's more taunting than it,
Yeah.
I'm trying to take an irrational behavior and give a rational description or response about it. It's just idiotic, right? Yeah, and so good. Send the guy off. I'm sure there's plenty of people, fans of Corinthians, who like it to some extent. Did it cost him the game? I don't even know the result in that game.
I think they did end up losing, but I mean, come on, there's kids in the crowd, man. Do we really need to be doing that in front of them? You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Like, I don't
yeah,
know. It's just
yeah.
I think it did, and they actually had another red card in the 71st minute. This one was in the 29th, so it was early in the game as well. So he really
Well,
screwed his team, and then another guy screwed the team as well. Two red cards. It's pretty typical Brazilian league, if you can see that most of the time. But yeah, I think it's got to be a red card for me. Like there was that show we used to watch, Dad, where it was like, or maybe Shaqtin' the Fool, maybe that's what I'm thinking of, where they're like, "What are you doing?" Do you remember that?
not really.
I don't know what it was. Maybe I'm thinking of like Tosh.0 or people making fun of other people for doing stupid stuff.
Well, Daniel Tosh would definitely make fun of something like that, and rightfully so. I don't think we're in any way stepping on, different cultural norms here. I don't think it's considered acceptable, even in a place like Brazil, to do that at a game on TV with children in the crowd and on TV. I don't think we're being disrespectful of a different culture.
No, no, definitely not. I think we're just pointing out the stupidity of it. So everyone just make sure you're not touching yourself in any weird ways when you're playing the game. I think that should be, no one needs to say that, but we'll make it clear on the podcast for you.
Good advice.
Anyways, we will be moving on now to parting shots to wrap up the episode here, Dad. I think you are asking me first. No, I'm asking you first. So
Correct.
are you ready?
Yep.
Awesome. Will West Ham or Spurs go down?
Well, you're asking my opinion or what my heart says? Because my opinion is that somehow Spurs find a way to pull it out and stay up. My heart says Spurs go down. I want West Ham to stay up because obviously you've worked for them. And as an Arsenal fan, of course, I'm rooting for Spurs to go down. And yet, I also want Spurs to stay up because I want to play them during the Premier League season. So I'm going to say West Ham go down, Spurs find a way to survive.
We'll see if it comes to fruition. Tough games for both of them, so it'll decide a lot, right?
Yeah, I'm rooting big time for West Ham. I'm pretty sure they play Man City at some point here.
I think they
Maybe
already
I'll
did.
did they?
Or
Or
maybe
maybe it's
they have
Arsenal.
to. They play Arsenal at London Stadium, so that'll
Yeah,
be a big game for them.
and they'll be fighting for survival. So, all right, next question. Good old Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Is Real Madrid preparing for a rebuild?
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, I heard reports of Florentino Perez going in the locker room after the Bayern Munich loss, after getting knocked out of the Champions League, essentially scolding all the players and screaming at them that this is not what Galacticos do. This is not what Real Madrid players do. We don't lose like this. We don't act like that after a game, because it all kicked off again, as it usually does with Real Madrid. So, yeah, I think they're preparing for a rebuild. It's clear that you can't fit this many star egos into a team. It's not efficient. It doesn't work enough for itself, and I think they need some restructuring. They need to retool the team, maybe, rather than a rebuild, but it's coming next season. They're gonna do some things to make some changes.
We've talked about Real Madrid all season, and here we are. No Champions League. I don't think they have a chance to win La Liga anymore. I
9
don't think
points behind.
I don't think they're going to win any trophies this year. And so for Real Madrid, that is a problem. Most teams,
That'll be 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row, and that's unusual for Real Madrid. I mean, I just wanna point out to all the Real Madrid fans that come on our TikTok and everywhere else that say we sound stupid, here you go. No trophies again this season. Thank you very much. Anyways, move on to the next question here. Uh, is Ligue 1 scheduling biasly towards PSG? And is it wrong?
I think pretty clearly they are. I mean, I know all leagues try to help their teams out because, oh gosh, if you're playing, like, in fact, I think the Arsenal City game was originally on a Saturday, but they moved it to Sunday because Arsenal was playing Wednesday in Champions League. And I think all leagues try to help their teams out where they can, but it does seem like PSG is getting just that much extra help, more so than in other leagues. I mean, PSG is the shining star of the league. And so I'm sure for them, it's like, hey, we're going to do whatever we can to try to get another Champions League title. I can't say I blame them. Is it unethical? Probably not. Probably not.
But I think when you have a team like Lens trying to fight for the title, and I think a game either against them or a crucial game got moved, but their game didn't get moved, they still had to play. I think they feel hard done by. Does that change anything for you or not really?
I
Because
mean,
that's context, right? When it's a
yeah.
title race.
Yeah, I mean, should they do it to the extent they're doing it, the league? I mean, probably not, but I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know if this scheduling is what's going to make the difference in the league championship. You know, I would have to look more at analytics to see how much this is really messing them up. I can't imagine being a player like on a team like Lawns and being like, hey, yeah, you know what? We lost the title this year because of scheduling. I mean, I just don't think you can say that.
Yeah, which is fair. I think that's fair.
All right.
Best of ones.
Last question here. Will the World Cup end up being a flop here in the US this summer?
I'm gonna say it's not gonna be a flop, but it's definitely shambolic with all the PR around it right now. I mean, from $120 metro tickets to no tailgating to no walking to the stadium to the ticket category fiasco. I mean, it is a absolute nightmare how FIFA are handling this right now. There is no good PR coming up for this World Cup. I mean, I see more people upset about the World Cup coming up than excited for the first time in my life. And that is embarrassing to say the least. Listen, I think once it happens, FIFA will make sure it doesn't look bad. They will pack corporations in the seats to make it look full. They will do whatever they need to make it look good on TV. But man, it is depressing, the culture and the life of the tournament just absolutely getting stripped to the bare bones right now, Dad.
Can't say I disagree. And honestly, between the crazy cost and all the confusion, I'm not planning on going, which is disappointing. And I don't think the US is going to have a great tournament. So I hope I'm wrong, but I'm feeling pretty confident that it's not gonna be what it should be. It's a bummer.
It is a real bummer. I mean, I'm sure we'll still end up watching, but I think it was a big moment for FIFA to capitalize on the US market, and I think they're taking a swing and making a big miss as of right now.
I'd love to see them prove us wrong, so we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see if that happens, Dad. But well, the US will have to play well also. That could be a big factor. But that's a conversation for another time. We've already ranted about them enough in prior weeks.
Absolutely, we have, yeah.
But guys, that is the end of the episode for today. We appreciate you all coming back around. Apologies for the delay in getting this one up. We have been super busy, but we love making this for you guys. So please come back, stick around, and yeah, thanks for everything, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Dad, anything else for him?
No, that's about it. Yeah. Hopefully, you won't go to Coachella next year. That was the reason we were delayed, everyone, just being honest. Somebody
Yeah,
prioritized going to a big, festival, but hey,
yeah.
we
Gotta
all make
have fun sometimes. Gotta have fun sometimes. Anyways, we're gonna keep having fun here, keep making episodes for you guys. But thank you so much for the support, and we will see you all next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.
take care.